Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abram. You know my partner Albert Kentman. Albert, we've been checking out the Penguins all year. They needed a win, and they got one.
I like the way George let in on that because this is a long season, and every game is important. And you go on the road in this league, and you win or lose, and you cannot lose a home. You cannot lose a home, and they built a 21-0 lead at Stambaugh, and looked like it was easy. But sure enough, here comes Indiana State. Took it down to the wire. The good is they won. The bad is they can't put somebody away, George. And I
21-0 at half.
Yes.
You want to step on them. Next thing you know, it's 21-14, and you have to make a play.
Yeah, so with 2 minutes left, they didn't make the play. They improved to 2-4 on the year. I don't count Pitt, so really they're 2-3. But 1-1 in the Missouri Valley. If they need to upset somebody.
Yeah, that's right. They do.
South Dakota State up on the next on the agenda. Jesus. If they play poor at all, they get crushed.
Dude, yes, they had 2 touchdowns in the pros from there.
Yeah, if they play great, they still could lose. South Dakota. That's the sad thing in this league.
And you said something to me the other day. We were talking about just this thing, and you mentioned how strong. See, one of these guys that doesn't do his homework in Pittsburgh, he's interviewing one of their players from there, and he said, basically, why would you go there if you wanted to go to the pros?
I think it's McCormick.
And the kid said, you haven't been paying attention.
No.
That guy had 2 tutties yesterday. They had 3 drafted in the last 2 years.
Everybody from that league.
Yeah, they're
comes in the league. They don't sit on the bench.
What did they tell us? They're 20-some from Youngstown's league alone.
Yeah, they don't sit on the bench.
No.
They come in and play.
Yeah.
So congratulations for YSU for that win. Also, congratulations to Valley Christian in this area, the undefeated. But Deshaun Lindsay is putting up some gigantic numbers. 4,000 career rushing yards now, and he's still going. His goal is to get the 5,000. He said. 947 yards for the year.
Well, if he gets another 904 games, he's going to be right there. My
Think of it, 947 in four games, 11 touchdowns. Team will be falling into the playoffs. Congratulations to Sean and Valley Christian. This next story, George, is one I want to hit on big time. Austin Fish softball honored their 2-time champions at the football game. We're talking about softball. And 2-time state champions, the Falcons, led by Sydney Watts. And George, I talked to somebody who recruits softball, and I didn't get a chance to tell you this yet.
No.
You know how great the Seneca Valley pitcher is.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Shanty Girl pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
And they're two of the top pitchers. They said they don't hold a candlestick.
Not even close.
To this girl.
Yes.
So remember, they're raved about over there in Pennsylvania.
Literally. Well, one girl's got a full ride to Providence.
Yeah. They said this Sydney. They said no, don't
even
compare
in
him
the
to
same
Sydney
ball
Watts. Blew my mind at how the levels of athletes. When you put a Division I game on, you see these athletes.
Guy made a play there I was telling you about. Gabriel was rolling left. He had a guy at the pylon and a guy coming across. Kid from Michigan State's guarding the guy on the pylon. So Gabriel just kind of looks him off and throws the ball to the next guy over. The guy reaches back with one hand and snags it out of the air. I've never seen a better play.
And he's from Michigan State.
And they're not.
Exactly.
No, they're not.
They're Ohio State.
No, they're not.
No.
Ohio State.
Oh, what a lead-in by George there.
Because I remember telling you, that's one of the best interceptions I've ever seen because he deked Gabriel out. He was running this way, and he stopped the guy, and then he reached back with one hand.
I love it.
And he didn't knock it down.
I love it.
He snagged it.
I happened to watch Westminster play WJ this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm watching those defenses run to the ball, and I'm thinking they're just two steps slower.
Yeah.
They're really good, but there's another level that goes up there. We say it all the time, and then you watch the pros.
No.
Nobody runs away from anybody in the pros, except Barkley. Barkley does.
No. the big boy at Baltimore, he gets a pretty good start on it.
Oh, he does.
Like yesterday, they held him
He's
all day.
He's 250 pounds.
They held him all day. Then he took that 80-yard run down to the 2, and they just popped.
Come
it
on,
over.
Henry, get that end zone.
Yeah, we need Henry getting that end zone. That's enough. He had one though.
I know.
And Dak had 2 last night. As lousy as their offense, they had 2.
I know.
But the thing about it is, like you said with Barkley, the other day he went like 78 yards, and then the Mr. Know-It-All got cute on the. What did you hear Saban the other day was talking to Skittles?
No.
The dude from, you know him, he played at Seattle, Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, yes.
He said, I know one thing. If I got the ball on the 1-yard line, I'm giving your rear end the ball. I'm not going to trick anybody.
They try to trick him.
You know, see, I had my old coach. He was good. And he said, you know you trick? He said, you trick yourself.
You think that had something to do with Russell Wilson, didn't you?
Oh, no, I didn't.
That's what you think, huh?
I'm 1,000%. They hated him so bad, the defense, that he wanted him to get a touchdown pass at the goal. There was no other explanation.
Because he was running through them. It wasn't like he was getting stopped on the line of scrimmage.
Let me ask you, who didn't he run through? Especially from 1 yard. If you gave it to him 4 times.
He's in.
He's in.
I
And you
know.
have 2 Super Bowls. Now you're in the Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah, that's right. In volleyball, this name comes up.
Oh, geez.
Baylin Brungard, man, what a family name that is.
Yeah.
1,000 career digs for the Springfield Tigers. In their win over Waterloo, she had 23 digs in that game, 18 kills. In other words, George, if you go see her, I think she'd stand out in the game.
No, listen, I was watching the other day. This was kind of funny. Pitt's #1 in the country in women's volleyball. So one of these idiots on the radio wanted to try to return one of their serves. Now, I know that was going to end badly. Do you understand? They're either going to knock the guy's wig off or knock his glasses off or something. This is not going to end. She went up and slammed that thing, and this guy, he didn't know what to do. I mean,
I grew up in gym class where you hit it
yeah,
underhand, or you hit a.
I call that picnic volleyball. That's picnic
They
volleyball.
throw that thing in the air,
And they take about 5 steps. Yeah.
They ram it about 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, they do. No, I call that picnic volleyball.
I was good at picnic.
Yeah, that's not going to make it. You know where that ball will come back against these guys?
Like you said, my glasses would be broke.
Oh, yeah, I saw a girl get a broken nose one day.
Oh, yeah.
They slammed that thing. See, that net's just low enough.
Did they get it over?
And these girls, they're not like 5'8".
Not normal, no.
Yeah, they're 6'3" to 6'5", and they spank that ball like they're mad at somebody.
Yeah, I don't know what's more impressive, how hard to hit that ball, but what she does, how they
Digging
get that
them
ball
out.
an inch away from the ground.
Every time.
And it's amazing how they
Every
get it.
time.
It
Better have
is.
his knee pads on. But I'll tell you, they return that thing, and then they bump that, and then they get their 3
Oh, and then they're
hits.
firing it.
You know what? I've done a couple that if it was the old days you had to serve to score,
Right.
I'd still be there. No, there'd be no way.
Gotcha.
You couldn't score.
Yes. George say 4 hours later, I'm still sitting there.
Well, I've sat there 3 hours the way it is now,
Right.
5 cents.
Yes.
But I'm saying if remember you used to have to.
Oh, I do remember.
No,
Yes.
no. I don't, in warm-ups, I keep my eyes open, I swear. Like, I'm not at that table, doing something else.
Yes.
Looking at the football. I'm paying attention because I know I'm going to get hit in the head with that ball.
And
All
it's
right, now
coming.
here's what happens, NC. This has happened, well, it goes back 8 years, as many upsets as Saturday with a top. But I want to say this. Every time you say, I have no good games this week, guess what? Someone
Stupid.
didn't tell Alabama.
Yeah, they're so stupid
No.
saying that.
No.
That the portal
That's it. That stop.
has made
Yeah.
teams that you thought, what this team's going to be like? Yeah, getting Pavia, I think is how you say, is how you
No,
say
you
his
said
name,
it perfect.
has made them Vanderbilt so different.
He was so good at New Mexico State.
Because they had Missouri beat too. You understand
No,
that?
Miss Phil, no.
Yeah. So it isn't like, wait a minute, we know it's an upset, but it isn't like Vanderbilt 20 years ago being Alabama.
No.
Vanderbilt has good players. They have good players now.
How about it's ironic? Listen to this. You talk about timing. They were talking about all these places like, A&M. By the way, Missouri, you were the egg of the week. It's
were.
one thing to lose.
Woo!
I have no
They got
trouble.
crushed.
But you got embarrassed. They put them in the Cal
They did.
Field Hall of Fame.
That Notre Dame game looks pretty good for Notre Dame now.
Yeah, it does. Hey, but anyway, this is what I want to talk about this with Saban's on before the game. And by the way, he's really good at that, which you thought he might be. So they're talking, he said, about playing on the road. He said, I'm telling you, he said, playing on the road in that league, everywhere except Vanderbilt. Well, when they beat them, they put that on the big screen.
You had to.
Yeah, he spoke too soon.
Yeah,
I don't.
Sometimes you get words caught in your mouth.
I've been there though. It looks like a stadium that Youngstown would use and be nice.
You know what's neat about that story? George leads into this. Then you look behind it and see their baseball field. It looks like a major league stadium. So baseball there, football like this.
It's called priorities. And they say what happens when they play LSU. LSU comes in, takes the stadium over, drinks all their beer till there's no beer left, and then whoops them. But didn't happen.
Not this
Saturday.
time. Yeah,
No,
I was so happy. My wife asked me, "Why are you so happy?"
Yeah.
I said, "Because I thought what was going to happen was Vanderbilt was going to play their greatest game, and something's going to happen in the end. They lose."
You see him throw the ball in a big play. He did not
play not to lose.
Yeah,
he played to win.
He rolled out, and I thought he's throwing.
He played to win. He played to win.
Yeah,
if you're going to play Alabama, you have to do it.
One of our guys is on their staff. Remember the kid that was at Edinburgh years ago? Yeah,
he had to be celebrated.
I'm going to look him up. Terrific.
And I told my wife, I said, look at this. They were carrying the goalposts.
Yeah, they had him
down the street.
They had him downtown. They found him in the river.
Yeah, I love it.
But the other one, here's one. Arkansas. They gave me no indication they were live Saturday night, but boy, were they.
On the road, buddy.
You and we had another Knicks play. One play left.
I saw it. Can you believe it?
One play left.
Now, he's played quarterback his whole life, George.
And he's a star. He's 6'5", too. He's a
Explain to him what happened, George.
And it's fourth down.
It's last game to play the game.
They're on about the 12. He rolls out. Now the clock's the game's over.
Yes, he's running.
Ran out of bounds.
He ran out
Now,
of
I
bounds.
don't know where you throw it or how you throw it.
No, you have to throw the ball straight in the air.
Yeah, maybe someone will
Just
jump up
and get it. Only chance you have.
You cannot throw it out of bounds, and you cannot run out of bounds. He ran out of bounds.
My dad would not let me in the house.
No.
He would not have. If I would have done that in high school.
That's a walk home from the field move. You know what I mean?
There's not a chance. He said, listen, the buzzer sounded, you got the ball in your hands, and you run out of bounds.
I saw a guy last week, state championship game. Runs back, clock goes to 0, and he holds the ball. You want to guess the rest?
I can know.
Dude ripped it out of his hand and went down there.
He thought the game was over.
Thought the game was over.
He didn't take a knee.
He should have taken a knee or a rear end or something. But no, and this is what you're talking about. And then this is your dad's line. I borrowed it. I borrowed his rocks and the snowballs with Ralph Sindrich. But the other one I borrowed is he's been playing quarterback since he was 7.
Don't they say
they
that?
go, well, he's a freshman. Yeah, he's a freshman. But he's also been to the top 12 camp, the top 8 camp.
He's been a quarterback since forever.
He's been in Guilford's basement. Hey, by the way.
Guilford.
Could I be happier?
We're happy. I'm happy with that.
Could I be happier?
He tries to bully. He's still trying to bully people.
He bullied. They come and get my players. Guess what, Trent? They don't want any of your players, Trent.
But he tried to bully everybody.
Yeah.
And I see the score 27-7, 34-7.
63-6. He goes, if they come for my players.
He did.
Guess what, Trent? Alabama doesn't want your players, Trent.
He honestly thought it was him.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, my God.
He's playing these high schools recruiting. He had...
Ukulele was one of his top 11.
Of course.
He can't.
And he had that one, Cheryl Crow, her son was there. So she does a concert and raises money for him.
Oh, that's it.
Gets like $300,000-$400,000.
That's why he did it. He fooled me.
No. And then
congratulations to Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Minnesota beats.
Congratulations to Minnesota.
I called Al. I said, Rode a boat's going to do it. I said, I hate watching them play.
Oh, you have to.
It's like watching the Steelers. It's the same.
They're the same way.
Run every play, try not to lose, make a mistake at the end. But anyway, he's got the ball down there. And you know my pet peeve, when some old fat dude comes waddling in sideways and says the ball's on the inch line. Now, I'm not saying it's not.
I saw that they didn't score.
He went nuts. He went, did you see his face?
No, I didn't. You saw it. Did they changed the call, though? Is that what happened?
Well, they won more, and then they looked at it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Before. Oh, he was in twice. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if he was in. But he doesn't either. Put a chip in that ball and quit. You could say, we can send guys to the moon. Did he cross the line?
Ding! It would come off as a touchdown.
Hey, Rode a going crazy.
He had a heart attack. Because he knows it's one of his greatest wins.
His face was distorted. And by the way, Lincoln Riley.
Please stop talking about him and Shantan.
And listen, Lincoln, your team. Did you ever see dog poop when a puppy's little? That's your team, Lincoln. They're soft. And while I'm at it too, Mac Brown, quit. Spend some time with the great-grandkids, Mac. It's time. You're my age. I wouldn't last 10 minutes.
No.
They'd say, where's Coach A?
He's
He's
sleeping on the
taking a
chair.
nap and the
He's
coach is
sleeping on the
off.
chair.
No, don't. Listen, it's time, Mac, to move on. Lincoln Riley, too. You are a phony,
They
sir.
keep telling Lincoln Riley that he's the next pro coach.
For what?
And I don't understand it. I watch his teams play. They don't get any better.
And one more. Shanatan. Now listen, Shanatan.
Oh, no. How many Super Bowls he have?
0. And all your great schemes and all the trickeration that no one knows but you. You lost Arizona at home. Arizona.
Constant. See.
Yeah. See, if you didn't tell me he was a genius, I'm okay.
No, yes.
He's allowed to lose.
They didn't blame him yesterday.
No.
But when he wins, you know why they won. He schemed them. He did. Yeah, I know.
Just like Charlie Weiss, we have a schematic advantage.
What happened, Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie, you got an advantage, right? But here's the thing. Throw everything out we just said, because one loss does not preclude
That
you
is
anymore.
true.
That's the one good thing about this one loss.
It's going to be interesting who gets in, though. It's going to be really
Hey,
interesting.
when they start cannibalizing each other.
That's what I'm
in the
saying. It's
SEC,
going to happen.
Someone's going to get 3 and be out.
Yes.
You're not going to make it with 3. Now, let's say this. This week, if you're a college football fan, this is your nirvana. You've got Oklahoma, Texas on a neutral, and that's a 68.
Uh-huh.
You know it's a 41-40, right?
Every
Don't
year
you
it's
know
been.
right now?
It's been like that all the time.
Penn State's at Southern Cal. They better play better than they
Well,
did.
Southern Cal's going to play better this one.
Oh, no
That's
question.
it.
No. They're going to be called sissies all week.
They're going to play better.
Because Minnesota,
At home.
literally, because Minnesota doesn't have their talent.
And Penn State's not playing with a darn, to me at least. I don't know.
No.
How about to you? Are they playing any good?
No, not for going to Southern Cal. They'll be riding that white
That's what I'm
horse.
saying.
And stuff. No, and Ohio State at Oregon.
Wow,
is
what a
the
game.
I watched.
That's a good one.
I
That's a
watched
good one.
Oregon last week. I told Al because we have a caller on our radio show, Buckeye Bob, and I told him. I said it's vintage Oregon quarterback, but he doesn't run it all, Gabe. He's completely
That's
different.
interesting.
Now he'll move.
He may have to
But
run
he's
this
not
week.
running.
He may have to run this
May
week.
have to run. 2 running backs that are look-alike scatters. A big tight end. I tell you where
It's
they're-
Oregon.
I'm going to tell you where they're different from Chip Kelly. The line. This Landigan, they're a little tougher.
Gotcha.
A little tougher. It's going to be one heck of a game. Because Ohio State.
Did you see a
they
line on the
haven't
game
been-
yet?
No.
I didn't
would
either.
guess -2 Ohio State. But
Okay.
I don't know that. But my thought is they've not been tested yet. This is a bad game to find out your quarterback's not good.
Yeah, we're going to find out. That's for sure.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Bazillion
So, I'm looking forward to
percent.
that game. See what happens. I really
Yeah.
am.
Now, Michigan changed quarter. This is now. If I'm the defensive coordinator, you're going to have to do something else other than put the runner in when you want him to run, and the passer. No, you might beat me, but you're not beating me like that.
Never have I seen a team mess up off a national championship as much as Michigan.
No.
At any time, they could have made a call to any alumni.
Yeah.
Said, hey,
We need some.
we need money to get this quarterback. We don't have a quarterback.
Cannot watch.
They did not go out and get a quarterback. I just can't grasp it. That how a
How
team
about-
like that.
Hey, Florida State gave him $1 million.
Yeah, you got to do
What
it.
were you- but get someone.
You have to go get a quarterback.
No, if you don't, it's the most important position in sports, in
And they
my
don't- and
mind.
it
It's
is.
been proven.
Yeah, they don't have
again.
one. They don't have one.
You know what I mean? One can run, one can pass. You're not fooling me.
No one,
I'm
and one can pass ain't like a
No, he's
John
not.
Unitas
No,
either.
he's not. No.
No.
Now Miami, that's 2 weeks.
How do
in
they
a
do
row.
that? How do they
Came
do
from
that?
the-
Jeez.
There was a call on that. You know how you said years ago about replay?
Yes. Oh my.
I sent it out because my buddy said to me, "What do you mean they miss it?" I sent it to him. Al,
Tell me about
2
it.
of the
please.
criteria for targeting.
Okay.
1, I lead with my head.
Okay.
2, I hit you in the head.
Right.
Bingo, bango. Both of them. They looked at it and left them in. It was,
So why have replay if they can't make
no,
the right play?
that's what I said.
I know.
No, it
I
makes
know.
no sense. How'd they miss it? I have no idea. Pitt's this week, that's interesting. They should be very, very mentally down. In Pitt, it's not going to be the kind of crowd they're used to. But Pitt will have a nice crowd, 5-0.
Boy, it's going to be a high-scoring game.
First
Oh
one to
my!
35.
Pitt plays this way now all the way.
No.
And Miami scores like crazy. That's got to
I
be
heard a
high.
guy last night on one of the talks. You know they're homers, but just the same, you have to have a little bit of credibility. He was saying about Pitt and Penn State. He said, "What a big edge Pitt has at quarterback."
He didn't say
I
that.
swear to God.
Oh my gosh.
No, I got to tell
How
you.
stupid can they
No,
be?
that Hour's going to be
One's
about
going to
the-
be a top 15 pick in
without
the
a doubt, and
pros.
the other guy's just good for a freshman, and he is good.
Oh
And he
no,
runs.
no, it's really good.
But-
I must say that's so stupid.
Hey, but let's say something too. I heard his NIL money is tied to his staying because they know what's coming.
Somebody's going after him. Yeah.
But that's interesting. We'll find out. I tell you who's rolling Al's team, Clemson. Ever since
It's my
Georgia,
boys.
look out, man, and they are taking names.
Yeah, that's my guys. That's the guy I root for the most. I have that integrity in me that says old dinosaur, and he lives by it. He says, "Listen, I'm going to recruit these guys. They're going to
My
stay
guy,
here,
my guy.
and I'm not going out to get anybody else. I'm going to prove we can beat anybody. I think they're the best team. I think Clemson's going to win the ACC, not in the country. I think they're going to win the ACC.
Well, I would take 'em
I'm
against
watching them right
I'd
now.
take
I'm watching them
against mine.
playing.
Yeah.
I'm taking them right
I
now.
don't see anything wrong. Question Saturday, Texas. Do you bring back yours or do you go with Manning?
He's bringing yours back.
I thought so.
Yeah.
That's how good he
Yeah.
You know the kid's good when he can put him in the
Right.
bench, and he deserves it. He's that good. The A&M hammering we talked about, it's one thing, drink of water, drink of whatever it is, but don't get beat like that. They're talking about him for the Florida job. That might have just taken him right out. Because
And
that,
Florida might have saved his job.
yeah, that just shows you the difference in the levels, though, doesn't it?
SEC.
You got a mid
SEC.
team AAC or Big 12, and then you have SEC, and it just proves it.
Over and over.
I mean, honestly. But the vultures are circling. I'm looking for Dion to Florida State.
So do I.
That's my
It
prediction.
has to be.
Yeah. Don't you see it
Has
too?
to be.
His
George.
son will be going.
Has to be.
Yeah.
No.
See what he does. See, I don't care about. In 5 minutes, he creates a fervor. Like Colorado. He brings 10 million in every week.
Every week. And they're playing better.
Oh no!
So
no,
you understand? You put that two and two
that Central
together.
Florida win
Yeah, they're playing better.
was impressive. Yeah, I mean, they're going to make a.
He's
ball
getting that
of it.
Florida State job for sure.
I think you're right. Boy, the Bengals. Talk about blowing. Now, Mister, you're smarter than me.
Again,
You're going to get fired.
he deserves to be fired.
What was he doing?
George, and fans watching our show, listening to our show. George and I have talk all the time, and when he gets a call from me, he knows I'm at an event, or I get a call from him, I know he's watching the game. But this one I did see. They got the ball at the 37-yard line, and they run 3 plays in the middle of the line.
Here, kick a 55-yard
Kick a
field goal.
54-yard field goal to win it. When Burrow could throw the ball for 5 yards anytime he wanted to.
You have 5 tutties, by the way, if you don't.
So
think
get
you-
the ball 10 yards closer, and the guy will
Exactly.
make it.
Exactly. I'm going to say
so-
it again. Baltimore's quarterback.
Oh, my.
He's a wizard.
He is.
He's a wizard.
He's a dangerous guy, boy. I'm telling
Pass
you.
and run. See, a couple of those other
So
dudes can
dangerous.
run.
So dangerous.
But it looks like there's one in waiting.
So dangerous.
Dude at Washington.
Oh, yeah, he looks
No,
like him,
that's
too.
not 80%. And
He
no
looks
one
like
does
him.
that.
He looks like
no
him.
one's come into this league and done that.
No.
Now it's only 4
No,
or
but
5 games.
still, that's what he's done. You can only go by what
If
he's
he
what you
gets to 8
see.
games, it's
Yeah.
going to be something
Yeah,
amazing. You give up on Watson?
totally.
Yeah, please.
There has to be somebody in the administration higher
You
up
see him
saying,
walk off the field?
you
yesterday?
told me that.
You walked off. Yeah, you just,
Somebody's have to be telling
how
me.
about Pittsburgh?
See,
They had to bench this bum again.
if I'm the coach,
What do you do to these? No, I'm going to ask you.
you
I
have
understand.
To, you have to live for
Yeah.
something and say,
Yeah.
I'm not never either fire me now.
Yeah, but
I'm never playing him again.
He walked
off the
He
field.
wanted to go for it for Stefanski, and he just walked off the field. Yes. And what hurts is Flacco came in last year and moved that team. He wanted to come back, That's on them. See, that's the money thing again. They don't
It was
want
a money thing.
Yeah,
It was
everything's,
totally money. Every Cleveland fan wanted Flacco back.
Sure they did.
Yes.
They knew. They
did know.
Giants were the team of the day, going out and whooping Seattle.
It was a
like
whooping.
that. Yeah.
It was a whooping. They rushed Smith. They
did.
They
Yeah,
ran
they
and
did.
passed the ball.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that was a good win for the Giants.
Yeah, they did.
That's
That
coming
was-
off of one they should have had me being before too. So they're playing good football.
Green Bay goes and does what they have to do. They win at the Rams.
Yeah,
It's
just
never
enough.
easy.
Just enough.
49ers.
How about that league?
Yep.
Detroit, Green Bay, and Minnesota's at the top.
Don't count Minnesota.
That said, no, they're at the top.
No.
Yes.
Boy, Rogers starting to look. They're about ready. You ever see the rats like right when the shit?
Well, there's easy though. He's easy prey because you talking about a narcissist.
Are you going to be at training camp. No, I'm going to smoke dope over in Egypt. Oh, okay. That's all right. Hey, the Bears have a little bit of a home win streak. Largest in the, would people know that?
We said they were playing good last year,
But
didn't
would
we?
they know that?
No,
I don't think people
I didn't know
would
it either, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that.
Maybe-
I just know that George and I said before, you never have a number one pick going to a good team.
No, because
And
they're
he
always
came-
lousy.
he
That's
came
why
into a
they
good
picked
team.
first. He came via trade.
Yes.
Changed everything. Major League, we got 1-1 Dodgers, Padres. We got 1-1 Phillies, Mets. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I like the Padres a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That's one.
Dodgers, no pitch.
And the other one was a toss-up. The other one was a
Hey, how about
toss-up.
this? Scooble is a favorite at Cleveland. Does that tell you how good he is?
Wow.
He's a favorite today.
Scooble's a favorite at.
Yeah.
That's like Sandy Koufax.
Basically,
It is. I mean, you're
one
never.
National
This is a Cleveland team that wins every game.
I know. I
Wow.
agree. I agree.
Woo.
Hey, they asked the closer, that young kid for the Yankees the other day. This is the best thing I've heard. They said, "Did you have an inkling that you might go more than an inning?" He goes, "I don't know what that means." He said, "But I think I was going to go more than one." I said, "This kid, give him credit."
Luke Weaver, is that what it was?
That
Yes,
was
yes,
Luke Weaver.
yes,
That was funny though.
yes.
Unbelievable. It's all bullpen. We've talked about it forever. That's why I worry about Scooble.
Makes me
I know
nervous.
6 innings.
Makes me nervous to
I'll
even
take
think about it.
Scooble 6 innings.
No, every game.
Right?
I'm the MC on this one, by the way. I am, and that's my thing.
Yeah. too
That
much.
you can't bet a starter because he'll put shut up ball for 6 innings.
Gone.
And he's gone. That's
Hey,
what
the
happens.
NBA, I'm not even beginning. I will not mention NBA till after Christmas. I don't care what somebody
Please,
says
don't put it on there for
or
me.
what they ask me because, oh, by the way, I saw Bronny's first shot the other day.
That's why you won't mention it.
Albert.
That's why you can't mention it.
Albert, it was
He shouldn't be in the
It
pros.
was a 12-footer from the short corner over the other end. No, pros don't miss like that.
Never.
They miss right or left.
Think about these people watching this that are
They know.
they put their life. I'm talking about players.
Yeah.
That put their life into
Can't
it.
get a spot.
That they can't get a spot. His son gets a
Can't
spot.
get a spot.
Yeah.
I saw an umpire Saturday miss more pitches than I've seen. He's 72nd out of 90. He does not belong
Think about
in
the
that
other
game.
18.
He does not belong.
Why is he in
that.
the playoffs then?
They don't go by merit.
They don't go by merit.
don't believe so,
Oh
no,
my,
no.
that's unbelievable.
Instant replay. We talked about it. It's helped Miami twice. I want to know what they saw in that Virginia Tech game with 4 dudes
Yes.
laying on the ground.
They couldn't see anything.
That said, and here's the other thing, people. It's supposed to be irrefutable.
Yes.
If it were irrefutable, you would know right away. It took 20 minutes.
Yeah, on a radio show on Saturday morning, I said I have a lot of thoughts on replay. I said a minute and a half. That's what I put. I start the clock.
Yeah.
And in a minute and a half, if you're still looking at it,
Leave
you
it.
have to leave it stay.
That's
Yeah.
what I don't know if I agree with either call, but I know it shouldn't take 20 minutes.
No, you can't take 15 minutes.
And I have my thoughts now on the non-power 4 team of the Big 12. It's going to be Boise.
Boy, they're good.
They're really good.
They're
Have
good.
you seen this kid run?
Yes.
Listen to this. I heard a story yesterday.
They're good.
If he
They're
were-
dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, Oregon game's proof. If he were to average 10 yards per carry, average would get down. That's how. No.
Wow.
I think I tell you. Last thing, we got a minute. The Pirates fired the hitting coach. Is this just?
Oh,
not
is that a joke?
Vintage. We have no
That's such a
guts.
joke.
Sheldon has 4/5 and a fourth.
The hitting coach.
Tell me why he's back. I need to know why he's back. And the last thing, the Reds hired Tito, and you Cleveland fans know 2 things. One, he's good, and they're ready to win. He's not rebuilding.
He's in it all the way to win right now.
Yes. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. See you next week.